everyone, welcome to the Vibe with Z podcast, where you get a true volume impactful, beautiful experience. Hi, I'm Z, the one you're vibing with. Now, don't let my intro go over your head. For Vibe is the acronym for Valiant, which is possessing bravery and being courageous, impactful, not influential, and B is for beautiful. All of these are adjectives to describe this experience we're about to have. Hello guys, I know. Welcome back. I'm here. I'm a bit, different. So I just want to first give this dress a moment, because this is a grandma. Like, my grandma bought this dress for me. And I'm like, let's give that a moment, okay? Let's give that a moment. And I also want to say that I'm rocking off natural lighting today. So if the lighting is in and out because of my movement, that's why. I'm rocking off natural lighting, not artificial lighting, okay? I just feel... Can't y'all tell I feel rejuvenated? Like, I understand I've been gone for a while, but I needed it. Sips mimosas, cheers. So yeah, let's just get into it, guys. Like, I just want to kind of update you all on everything that's going on. And due to that update, I actually did some type of audience engagement. Yay! I posted on my Instagrams, both my personal page and my Vibe with Z page. So if you have not followed my Vibe with Z account on Instagram, go ahead and follow that. And I also posted on Snapchat, and I said, guys, give me questions for my next pod, because I want my next pod to be a question and answer. So this pod is going to be a question and answer. And before I get started, I just want to say, like, grad school picked up a lot, and I had to get a lot of things done, and it's still not all the way done, but it's to a point where I can manage now, and I can finally just like be back in front of the camera and have the time to edit and not be studying or doing all those things. Like, I had to focus on clients, I had to focus on schoolwork, I had to focus on testing, I had to focus on jobs, I had to focus on all of those things. So because of that, I had to step back from the pod, but now I'm back and I'm so excited to be here. I really am. I'm very, very excited. I kind of want a different lighting, but I think this is what it's going to give. Y'all, look at my arms. Y'all, I have not worked out since May of 2023. Like, my last worked out consistently. I have not worked out consistently since last May. So almost a year, guys. And these are my arms. Quite literally. Like, crazy, right? Like, I cannot wait till I get back in the gym. That's another thing that has really been in the back of my mind, in my subconscious. Like, man, like, that's a part of me. That's a part of who I am. I love to work out, and I have not been working out. And I want to see my body's potential again. Like, I miss that. I miss the feeling of working out. So I'm going to get back into working out very, very soon, guys. And I cannot wait, because as you can see, like, right now, like, it's still giving. I think it was like a 2-week time span to where I worked out consistently Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And then, like, the semester started kicking back up, and like, I had to stop working out. I'm excited to work out again. All right, guys, so we're just going to jump straight into the question and answer. Thank you all for sending in questions. Like, that means so much to me, especially starting my platform. Typically, or sometimes you don't get the questions, you don't get that supporters engagement, but you guys really did a great job at sending me questions. So we're going to start with the Snapchat questions, because I thought it's a good place to start. The first person, which I'm sorry, like, I did not clarify or ask, did y'all want to get your name shout out? So I'm not going to shout your name out. I'm just going to ask the questions and answer them. So let's, like, get comfy, okay? Question number 1 just asks, like, what is the name of your podcast? So my podcast is named Vibe with Z. So it's the Vibe with Z podcast. I don't know if this is going to be backwards in my video, but if it is, sorry, guys. All right, the second question is, why'd you start your podcast? That's a very good question, and it's kind of like a complex question. It's not really simplistic, but I always make a long story long, so I'm going to try to make a long story short. I started my podcast because I've always been a very reserved, very like low-key person. It's kind of how I grew up. It's still how I move. Like, even though I'm expressing things on my podcast, like, it's still a lot you guys don't know about me. But I love content creating, like, very much so. Like, I've always kind of did things in minute ways over the years. But starting my profession, I was like, oh my goodness, like, how can I like be a content creator and also be a therapist and know the lines between that? And podcast was great because I have found my voice, and I love to talk. I love to share my thoughts on things, my opinions. I love to challenge things. I love for people to challenge me. And I love to sit down and have in-depth conversations. Like, I'm not a surface level person when it comes to conversing. I started my podcast because it's in my heart to touch more people than the people that comes into my office. And I'm having so many different transitions in my life. Like, literally, guys, I literally said I would never wear hoops a day in my life. I'm wearing hoops right now. Like, it's just so many things that's changing. Like, now that I'm becoming a therapist, I also want to get into life coaching, or I want to do mentorship. Like, I want to mentor kids. I want to mentor teenagers in particular, or young adults. That's like where my heart is at. I feel like my purpose is in the area of being influential or being impactful in someone's life in depth, not touching here and there. And a part of reaching more people than I can reach in the state that I am in Arkansas, my platform will help that. And I feel like that's where God put on my heart to just like show who you are. Like, no matter what you talk about, you and your presence will be impactful to people. So that's why I'm starting my podcast. I really truly hope that through watching my podcast, you guys are able to literally like get something from me, whether it's light, whether it's good energy, whether it's genuineness, whether it's love, whether it's learning forgiveness. What it is, I really hope that I am impacting you guys, and that's why I started my podcast. I feel like it's a part of my purpose, a big part of my purpose, and I love to do it. I love content creating so much. Like, I have so many like videos throughout all the years of my life of just like dabbling into content creating. And so I'm like, this is what I love, guys. I love it so much. So that's why. Thank you for that question. And I made a long story long. You're going to know that about me. Hardest parts about being a woman in today's society. Shout out to you. Hardest part about being a woman. Ooh, that's a good question that I have not sat and like pondered on. In today's society, I think wearing the many hats. The traditional route in the Western culture was women sit and do the work at home, and men are the breadwinners. But I feel as if now women are out on the workforce, and actually is increasing statistically of the amount of single women owning homes, the amount of women entrepreneurship is actually increasing, and men is decreasing in their jobs and all of those things. But I think that the hardest part is probably wearing those many hats. Like, I can't imagine having a kid and doing everything I want to do for my kid while also working and trying to prioritize my health to make sure I'm okay. And for me, I do believe that there's some biological things in us that makes us a bit more emotional, feel things more intensely, and being able to balance that, and being a mom, and being a wife, and being a aunt, and being all of those things, just juggling all those different hats. You have to take care of the house, and now you have to go to job, to work, and you have to put on all these different hats. I think right now that's probably like the hardest part about being a woman, in my opinion. I haven't really sat and really pondered on things. Typically I sit before I speak or answer questions. I really like to sit and think about things before I say them, but like not off impulse, but off just like quick thought, I think that would probably be it for me. So thank you for that question. Someone says, who inspires you the most? That's a really good question, and I think I kind of answered that in one of the previous pods, but I think that lots of people inspire me. Lots of people, lots of things. I think God is inspirational overall. I just do. I think it's magnificent, and because of that, I think nature inspires me a lot. Nature really talks to you. Like, if you walk outside and you just see like little small things, that is really a testament to life. Like, any little circumstance, any little situation, any little encounterment, like, really it can speak to you. But like, I think lots of people inspire me. Like, people are resilient, more resilient than they think. I think my clients inspire me. I think my niece inspires me. All of my nieces and nephews inspire me. My sisters inspire me. My dad, I allow people to be inspirational in my life. My mom definitely inspires me. So it's like different people inspire me in different ways, and it all just like come together for like this big inspiration of why I love people. People inspire me. They genuinely do. I think people are beautiful. I genuinely love people. So thank you all for being inspirational. Why did you decide to make a YouTube account? I told you all about that. I've been wanting to make a YouTube account for a long time, and I just felt like the time is right. The time was right. The time was right. Okay. Do you have any piercings? Yes, I have just my ears pierced. I don't know. I always, like, for a while I had one in my belly button pierced, and I might want a second hole. I never really sat and thought about it, but maybe, but I just have my ears pierced. If you ever want to get a tattoo, what and where would it be? Well, I have a tattoo. I have one. I don't know if you can see it, but it says, can y'all see that? There it is. It says, I'll sing your song forever. When my Lola died, my sweet, sweet Lola, when she died, I got that tattoo. I actually went by myself. Like, I didn't even go with a sister or anything. Like, I went by myself. I feel like this was like me and Lola and God. Like, I was like, that's the last song I sung to her. And I don't want to get emotional, and I'm not. Grief comes in waves. It comes and goes. Some days you're okay, some days you're not, but you never know until you like speak of the situation. So shout out to everyone who's dealing with loss of a loved one with grief. Just know that grief does not have a time limit. You can grieve as long as you want to. Like, don't let the Western culture of society force you to get over things and people that you love so dearly that's been very impactful in your life. It does not matter. It does not have a time limit. 2 years down the road, if you're still grieving, or if you just started your grieving process, guess what? That's okay. Shout out to you, Lola. Shout out to you, then. All right. Where would you want to move in the future? That's a really, really good question. I feel like it really has been like, it's been consistent now. It's always been Texas. It's always been Texas since I was like high school. It's been Texas. So that's one of the states I would like to move to. Florida is a big state I want to move to. I feel like I'm just like a Florida girl. Like, the palm trees I live for. The sunshine I live for. The beach I live for. Even the city I live for. I love Florida. That's the place where my family has always vacationed to. And I just really love Florida. Like, that's it. Like, I love Florida. The life I want to live, like, it's harder to kind of live in Florida because you basically pay for the scenery rather than the house quality. So that's, I don't know. That's something we will get to when we get to. What's your favorite movie or TV show? I am not sure. I just watch things. My favorite food to cook. Ooh, that's a good. I don't know if I really have a favorite food to cook, but I do cook certain foods often, if that makes sense. Like, I love a good pasta. Like, can't go wrong with the pasta. My catfish is bomb. My chili's bomb. I like to make, I'm starting more and more to make things from scratch. I feel like that's really giving you ownership over your food. It's very fun. It's very like, I don't know, just creating the food rather than just assisting the food. It's just like, I don't know. I love it. So I'm starting to really love to just make things from scratch. So that would be my favorite thing. Eventually I'm going to be making pastas and everything from scratch, and I cannot wait. LOL. I'm going to skip that question. Skincare routine, please. All right, so this person says skincare routine. This is my skincare routine. So I use Underneath Skincare, and it has done wonders to my face. My face is like absolutely like, yes ma'am. Okay, and it's really life changing. It really, like, I was already kind of delulu, if I'm being honest, and like just feeling like that girl. But this skincare, oh girl, it just like really did it for me. So it's called Underneath, I stated. It's by Ty from the Taylor Girls. So this is the facial wash. I do this twice a day, in the morning and night. And then I have a day cream, so I do that face wash in a day. Then I have this day cream I put on, and then I put on sunscreen. That's it for the daytime. Nighttime, I use the same face wash, and then I do this night cream in acne oil. Now lately, and oftentimes, like if my face is just doing really good, I do not, like, I skip it. Like I would probably wash my face, but I won't do the creams, and I will put on sunscreen. But the past like 3 weeks, I have not used the night cream. I've not used the night cream. I've not done the nighttime routine of the routine. So, because I feel like my face is doing really good, so I'm gonna like bag back on it. But yeah, that's my skincare. That is my skincare routine. Very, very simple. Very, very simple. So yeah. And then this question says, what do you do in your free time? All right. On my free time, I really love to spend time with myself. Like, this is a true story, guys. Like, I cannot fake it. I can't fake it. Like, I love a late morning. And a late morning for me is anytime before 9. If I can be at home up until 9 o'clock, like, I've gotten a lot done because I wake up early. I'm a morning person, not a night person. So I love to get up. I love to just vibe, y'all. Like, this is a real life thing. Like, I love a vibe. I love catching vibes, catching moments to where like I just feel so alive. And one of those moments is like when the sun is shining. I got my balcony open and I just feel the breeze and the lights are on, and I got Alexa playing on some type of old school music, and I'm cooking and I'm drinking my mimosas and I'm just dancing around. Like, that's me on a regular. Like, and for me, it's like immaculate. It's like liberating. I love to like create those moments for myself. So I spend time with myself. I spend time with my friends. I spend time journaling sometimes. Anything that I feel like I want to do as far as like self care, I do it. I cook. I love to cook. I love to host. I love friends over, and I love to cook for people. And that's crazy because Lola also loved to cook, and I feel like that's where I got that from. Also, my grandma loved to cook, and my grandma every Sunday is a tradition in my family, and I love this and I hold this so dearly. But shout out to you, grandma, because you bought me this dress. Shout out to my grandma Rena. But my grandma literally hosts every Sunday. It's a tradition. She cooks every Sunday some type of soul food dish, and it's something I hold near and dear to my heart because I didn't realize how foreign that was. Every Sunday. So I love that, and I'm so grateful. And so I've learned through like Lola and my grandma of like how important it is to keep communion around, to keep family around, to cook, to serve. And shout out to you, grandma. I love you so much. All right. What makes you genuinely happy? And I think I just said that. I think like just really investing time in my faith makes me happy. I also think that being around the people I love and creating those moments where I feel alive. Those things makes me happy. Like, I love the magnificent of like animals, and like animals just so beautiful, and being around the people I love is so beautiful to me, and it just fills me up. And just spending time in my faith just makes me feel alive. It makes me genuinely happy. Truly, 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 truly. Any type of thing that vibes out, any type of moment that vibes out, like on a boat, playing some music, popping some champagne, and thanking God for these people around you. That right there, that's what I'm talking about. Ooh. Okay. How did you feel in your first session? So this person is talking in regards to my therapy. My first session was actually on my birthday. And granted, I was a little nervous walking into my first session, but then again, I have a lot of self-positive talk. So I was like, it went well. Like, I mean, I can't even really remember it was my birthday, so I think I was on that birthday high. And I was like, I'm going to do good on this first session. And I went in there and I was myself, and I validated my client, and I made sure my client was comfortable in this space, and we had a good session. And that's just not a biased therapy opinion. That's what the client disclosed. Okay. How do you decide if that person should be in your close life or not? By the fruits. Are y'all planting and pouring into each other, and are those fruits producing? Or is it one-sided and you feel drained from it? Are you overworking? Does this person impact you? Can you trust this person? Does this person in some ways mirror your qualities? I think that's very important, because that saying, birds of a feather flock together, is true in a sense. People could argue that. But even if it's not totally true, because I've been in situations where I was a bird, but I was in a situation when I was a bird, but I wasn't flocking with those other birds. But even if you're not flocking with those other birds in lifestyle, by association, from social psychology, people would generalize you and they would like stigmatize you because of who you're around. So is this person a good representation of me? Does this person know that when we're in close relation together, I'm representing them, they're representing me? Does this person have values that could assist you or lift you up? Just start thinking about those things, and I think that's how you can really determine if that person should be closely in your life or not. Thank you for that question. How do I study for classes? I don't. Question: when is Tyreek coming back on there? Whenever Tyreek's schedule aligns with Z's schedule, period. You hear that, Tyreek? Whenever your schedule aligns with mine, you'll be back on. I'll save that question for later. Question: text. How do you want to text? Do you need assistance? Do you need motivation? How do you want to text? No question. Loving your podcast. Keep it going. Fire emoji, fire emoji, fire emoji. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Question: do people shape their lives off their thoughts? Every answer that I'm going to give you is biased. It's subjective. I think there's hardly any objectivity in this world, if you want to be honest. But, the keeping it short, yes. Yes, yes, yes. In every regards, yes. I think your mind is the most powerful thing in your life. So, short answer, yes. We can go deeper, but that's the short answer. I do. And it shows in a lot of different interventions, even evidence-based, like cognitive therapy, cognitive behavior therapy, which essentially is your thoughts influence your behaviors. So, yes, I do think so. Wow, very kind of existential question. What is a soulmate? That's a really good question that I've not really thought about. But not thought about to a complete thought, to where I chose what I really felt like or defined a soulmate. Some people don't believe in soulmates. I don't know if I do or don't. I think that two people can make something work if they really try. And I don't know if that's always necessarily your soulmate. I think a lot of people marry people because they have good partnership or matured love, and matured in their love with a particular person that might not have technically been a soulmate through definition, right? So I don't know. What is a soulmate? Y'all let me know in the comments. What do you think a soulmate is? Do you believe in a soulmate or do you not? All right, makeup tutorial. Girl, let me tell you, there's not really a makeup tutorial to do a makeup tutorial. If I'm doing my makeup like a full glam, this is full glam. I'm not even talking about just a full glam. For me is filling these eyebrows. I use no concealer underneath or on top of the eyebrows at all. I just fill them in a little bit, brush them up. I put on a little concealer and one coat of foundation and some blush, and I do not even like put foundation on my forehead, and also only do like a couple dots of foundation and that. So that's my makeup tutorial. Thank you for coming to Baba Z's makeup tutorial. What's your days like? It depends on what day. It really does. On Mondays I work all day. On Mondays I literally work 10 hours. On Tuesdays I have my prac site, so I have clients from 8 to 12, and then from 12 to 2 I go to work, and then from 2 to 4 I'm in class, and I have an hour break, and then from 5 to 8 I'm in class. So yeah, guys, yes, this is what I mean. And most of my days are 10 hours minimum. Most of my days are 12 hours minimum, considering waking up and packing lunch and doing all those things. What is the most fearful thing you've done? That's a very good question. The most fearful thing I've done? Trust someone. Trust someone. Yeah. Good job, Z. I didn't even expect that answer. All right. And I'm going to wrap this up with one last question. I think I've gone through most of these questions. So the last question is, do you have a boyfriend?